Hello, it's about 8:30 in the morning in Pondering in Pattaya, Thailand. I'm Scott McLean. I'm the content creator. I'm trying not to scratch Jeff, I promise. Uh, of the YouTube channel Pondering in Pattaya, which is dedicated to helping people trying to live their best life possible anywhere in the world. Now, I announced earlier today that I've changed the format and direction of my channel and gotten away from begging and grousing and bitching because it's not good content. So now I'm creating the second installment of my entrance into the music business. It started, I told you about it in the first installment. Started in 1972 or 3 when I started selling some records that I owned to get some money so I could survive. When I sold them in Harvard Square in Boston. The second installment will pick up a little bit later. I sold records in the street in Harvard Square and at BU and at Northeastern while I drove a taxi full time in Boston. From I think it was September of 73 when I started. We got chased out of the Harvard Square location too many times. Oh, that's when I decided I was going to drive a cab full time and drive and do the record thing on the very short shrift. In the meantime, I was living, let me think, where was I living? I was living in Boston. I was living in Jamaica. I was living on, what the hell is it called? Fort Hill. I was living originally in Cambridge on, what the hell is the name of the street? I don't even remember. Franklin Street, in 607 Franklin. And I was living there with 2 ex-girlfriends that I had completely became platonic with, and a friend of mine from college at University of Houston, and he had a friend, and Lanny was staying there a little bit, and Don Shaw was staying there a little bit. It was a 3-bedroom apartment, second floor apartment, 607 Franklin Street, and it was a confusing situation. One of my roommates, the one that was from Long Island, was really weird. And he put his name on his eggs. He put initials on his eggs in the refrigerator. Lanny was a total freeloader. He just ate whatever he saw. Didn't really give a shit about rules. It was a weird place. It was a very strange but functional place. I can remember I was living in the basement and there was a curtain that separated Chip and Jane. Jane was my ex-girlfriend from Wenham, Mass. Came from a large Irish family. Chip I had known in college. He was originally from Concord, New Hampshire. His father, who was initially a only child, married this serial progenist. They had 11 kids, and the mother was the head of Right to Life for New Hampshire. Oh my God, what a story. I have more stories about that. And I remember one night, now Jane was a little heavy, and I remember one night hearing them through the curtain and Chip saying to Jane, Warren, who was another friend of ours, called Janie Thunder Thighs. And then there was a pregnant pause and Chip said, made her cry. He was a cruel bastard. It was a crazy house. Anyway, I'm driving a cab from there. It's 73, yellow taxis open around the corner where Jack's Bar is. I'm friends with Kip, the dispatcher. But I'm working at Town Taxi in Boston. Black and white cabs. Battery March, no, not, what the hell, you can't, Ipswich Street, and the leader of the gang is an amazingly intelligent guy named John Ford, who's still in the taxi business today. And I think he started in the cab business in 1970. And John was an interesting case. He really loved studying people. I was hired and fired from Town Taxi 11 times for many different misfractions, something I did wrong. But he would always hire me back because he really liked my girlfriend that worked there also. And he was trying to get in her pants. And I did so many things. I high flagged, which meant I didn't drop the meter, and I was taking the meter to steal the fare. One time, the dome light on my cab, I snapped it in half because I drove into the garage without seeing that the garage door was halfway down, and I split the. I mean, a couple of times I got into giant fights with the cashier about overcharging me, and I was screaming, "Motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you," this kind of stuff. It was a crazy place, believe me. The taxi that's portrayed by Danny DeVito and Andy Kaufman and Judd Hirsch is a very tame version of the taxi business. I'll get into that sometime. Anyway, I think that's enough for today. That's going to be my installment now. I'll give you a lot more detail on how I graduated and went from different locations to selling records in the street on the next installment of this, which is still called Pondering in Pattaya, but it's about my life in the music business. Like, share, and subscribe to Pondering in Pattaya. Sawadee Kap, Chodi Kap, Sawadee Be My Kap, and all my love to you interested subscribers, followers, and whatever the hell you want to call yourselves.